going to be kind of a sample of the format that I'm thinking of using for the disclaimer video. I'm just going to go along and play this video, and I'm going to give commentary. And where I see necessary, I'm going to try and bring in citation or reference material for this interact for this intro. I'm not so sure I'll need that, but we'll see what happens. This is just the trial run and the first time I'm doing this, so let's see how it goes. The goal of this test is to come away with a cognitive function type stamp that is rooted in. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is that um, this is an interactive test, and that's really important to me because I'm kind of tired of or suspect of the Myers-Briggs surveys. I have I have taken several Myers-Briggs surveys from several different sites, and if you're here, you probably have too. The problem that I see with the Myers-Briggs surveys, they tend to ask you questions that allow you to respond in a way that's not objective. And the main reason is when we tend to respond to those type of tests, we tend to respond according to our ideals. So we're not responding to how things actually are, we're responding in a way that we hope they would be. Um, for example, which do you like better, or which do you are you thinking more or feeling more? It could be that you were brought up in a household that taught you that a certain way was bad, and now you have a value linked to a certain kind of function. So it will be very difficult for you to answer a survey according to what is actually happening when your mind is clouded by a value that had been instilled in you. There's society values as well, and there's values of your persona. So you might answer the test according to how you perceive yourself to be or a person that you're trying to be. And all those kinds of things are possible. So that is something that I'm hoping this test will fix or improve. My goal there is that it will be interactive. So the result that you get from a activity or a cognitive challenge will um, get to a more objective result. So when you have the challenge, you take the challenge, and I'm hoping that you'll take it a similar challenge several times, and you'll see a consistent result. And that result that arrives will be the answer, not a survey answer, but a result a result that arrives from some kind of activity that you do. For anyone who's more interested in the intellectual side, reference material, and things like that, also the disclaimer video will be good for you. And with that being said, let's get started. Okay, I guess the last thing I want to say is that the source that I'm trying to use as a basis for this cognitive test is mainly Psychological Types by Carl Jung itself, that book itself. Um, when commenting or criticizing the video, I will likely not accept criticism that is not taken from that book. If the book is is more like neo-Jungian, like written by one of Jung's students or something like that, I will likely accept it more. Um, it's possible that I will accept the criticism, uh, but I will see it as a lesser source than Psychological Types itself. So if I do find source material that outweighs or is different than a citation that comes from um, a student of Jung's or a newer uh, a person who is I'd say a modern student of Jung, alive today and actively um, teaching this subject or studying this, researching this subject. Of course, that will be closer down less important to me, or I will not acknowledge that kind of material as much. So please consider that when providing source material. And I will say, please join our Slack group because that is the group where I'm getting the most input on this video. I do put these videos up in Discord servers, but especially my Slack group is where I hope you will contact me with your issues. I will see it in the YouTube comments. I will read the comments and I will try to address it if you do put in the comments. And if you would like attribution for providing the comments, I would love to give you any attribution for any comment that you give um, at the end of the video or in the description of the video, however you like. Please also, if you're interested in that, please say how you would like attribution, and I'll definitely um, give you credit as much as possible.